All right, welcome back to another episode of the Hustle Harder Show. We are very excited to come at you today from Chicago, Illinois, in one of our offices here in Chicago, downtown in the financial district. And our guest this week is none other than Brandon Moulton. Brandon, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Excited to be here, getting the band back together.
Absolutely.
I like it.
Absolutely. Very excited to be back in it. And Abbey, my steady co-host here, keeping me in line.
Thank you, James. I had a blast last time. Can't wait to talk to the Sultan over here.
The Sultan of Lending. We're going to get into Brandon's story and some fun questions. And Abbey, you want to kick? Well, actually, let's start with you, Brandon, with a little your backstory. Where does Brandon come from?
Oh wow, a lot of ways we can go with that. But I'll make it brief. Grew up in Toledo, Ohio. Great childhood. Grew up on the steps of the University of Toledo, and then did college down at the University of Dayton. And shortly thereafter graduating, moved out here to Chicago, and just did the Chicago thing. Honestly, it's been, it was a fun run, about 15, 16 years in the city. Started lending, pretty much right after I graduated, or was an underwriter, I should say, in the banking world, and then transitioned over to Renovo. Now it's been, Abbey, 11 years?
Yeah.
And you guys started how close to each other, right?
Yes.
Within weeks,
Yeah, absolutely.
So OGs right here.
Yeah.
OGs, I love it.
Well, we
Crazy.
have a lot to talk about. How'd you get into real estate?
Yeah, so, my interest was kind of peaked in high school when I worked for a developer. They were doing like subdivision work, and I was kind of the gopher, for lack of a better term. And this was like peak, boom era, 06-ish, I would say, and was digging ditches, just all the random stuff that kind of went along with, development work. So kind of got to see behind the curtain there a little bit. And then in college, from a finance perspective, always had a little bit of an interest, and then came to the city and just kind of fell in love with it. You could, see and touch and feel it. And, from there, just kind of followed it through from a banking perspective when, you had a different path to either go like C&I or real estate lending. And so I chose real estate.
Nice. Were you a finance degree?
I was.
Nice.
So you were always going to be in this world. You just didn't know exactly,
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure college was, my most, my best hour in some ways from an academic perspective. But
were you in a frat?
I was not.
No.
No.
A lot of people at Renovo from Dayton, actually, randomly.
Is that right?
Or a good handful, yeah.
I didn't
I
know
believe
that.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my interest was always there. And here we are today.
Love it. What's the difference between banking and working at Renovo?
Very similar, but also wildly different. From a banking perspective, it's just a little bit old school mentality. Definitely a much, safer, maybe not safer is the best word, but just more conservative, view on things. Also looking at depository relationships and things like that. I would say here at Renovo, it's much more of a deal-oriented, kind of make things happen approach. A little bit more common sense in some ways as well. And then I would just say also, the atmosphere is obviously, it's much different, we'll say, and in a very positive way. We have a lot of fun here. The expectations are high, but it's a great group to be around.
How much loan volume did you do last year?
186 million.
186 million American dollars. That's a lot. And I believe you were number 24 on Scotsman Guide's list of top originators in the space. So congratulations.
Thank you.
This is the first one we've done since that has come out. So
yeah.
we can talk about that now. Awesome year. Awesome year. Unfortunately, you would have been higher, but they didn't count multifamily. You do a lot of multifamily.
That's correct. That's the primary source of my business and my focus. Given the old housing stock here in Chicago, that's ripe for turnaround. About 5 or 6 years ago, I really kind of pointed and focused, my business in that direction, and plan to continue to do so. So
love it.
Yeah,
love it.
It's about half my volume, if you will.
Yeah.
And you're Chicago and St. Louis.
Yes. Moved to St. Louis. I'm sure there'll be a lot of people that have something to say about that. Cubs, Cards, and whatever natural rivalries there are out here. But my wife's from St. Louis. I still do about 95% of my business here in the city. Come back every 4 to 6 weeks to kick the tires on deals and see you guys, and whatever random Renovo events there are. So it's been a good balance for sure.
How long have you been down there now? Did you move during COVID or after?
2021.
Wow.
Believe it or not. Yeah. So we're on almost
been a
5
while.
years.
Yeah. Flies, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the, would you say, biggest upgrades and biggest downgrades moving from Chicago to St. Louis?
Wow. You're really hitting the hard questions first. Well, in St. Louis, you can get anywhere in about 15 or 20 minutes. So that's a positive.
There you go. The Arch.
The Arch. We have a lot of help with the grandparents and the little kids. We got a 3 and a 5-year-old, so very active. And now we're just starting activities, so very fortunate to have them. The misses though, I as cliche as it sounds, the 3 F's that I say when everybody asks me this, it's, flights. You underestimate the ability to fly anywhere direct here, morning, noon, and night. Food, obviously, and then, close to 20 years of friendships here is just tough to replace. But we're finding our way in St. Louis. It's been, a good balance, so.
You mentioned the 2 boys you have at home. What's the chaos level 1 through 10 right now? Because I have 2 boys. We both have the same kind of lifestyle at the moment. Curious to know how it's going for you.
Depends on the day, the week, the hour, the minute. But no, they're great. A lot of fun. In some ways, I find myself almost like a third brother. A lot of wrestling matches and
I believe that.
a lot of fun. So no, it's just starting to really take off. It's been fun though. What about you?
It's at a 10 always. Once they become like friends and they get a little bit older, they like just turn on you.
Yeah, ganging up on you.
Yeah, it's wild at our house 24/7.
Yeah.
So, your
feels like a little payback though for
Yeah.
some,
I was
for
gonna
maybe.
say, that comes from somewhere.
Yes.
I have an idea of where.
no idea what you're talking about. Talking about you coming back to Chicago from St. Louis, your pod tells me how much you love Wally's.
Wow.
What's Wally's?
Wally's
and
is-
what is your go-to order at Wally's?
Wow.
Or not order, but what do you buy?
I'm gonna have to talk to them. I didn't know it was that. My addiction to Wally's was that deep at this point. But Wally's is the greatest gas station there is. Let's just call it what it is. It's in Pontiac, Illinois, just outside of Joliet, which shouldn't be a too far drive for you. You should know this.
Is there only one of these things?
There's a few.
Okay.
There's also one 8 miles from my house in St. Louis, but who's counting? And it's like it's like a mall inside of a gas station, inside of a bakery, and
How big
a
is
cutting
it?
station.
Okay.
I think they have like 96 pumps, something like that. Yeah,
So have you been to a Buc-ee's?
it's the same thing.
Okay. I was gonna say
How they described it to me when I asked what it was.
Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
Coming from Texas, people get very passionate about Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to understand.
Well, I'm riding for Wally's, so.
All right. That's fair enough. Midwest guy. We'll give that to you.
But to answer your question, it's the pulled pork tacos. Delicious.
Wally's pulled pork tacos.
Okay.
And Cinco de Mayo's tomorrow.
Yes.
So are you hitting it up on the way home, maybe?
That's guaranteed.
Guaranteed. Love it.
Automatic.
You had mentioned earlier, been working together for 11 years now. It'll be 11 years, I think, in June or July, and have had some amazing times. If you could describe old Renovo in 3 words, what would those 3 words be?
I mean, hustle obviously comes, that feels like low-hanging fruit, but you really can't underestimate, like, we were closing deals in like 24 to 48 hours sometimes. enthusiasm. I would say there was just a ton of Kevin and Daniel did a great job of just being enthusiastic every day. You know, you still hear it. Great day to make loans. That was kind of like, you know, you heard that ringing through the halls. And then young, like honestly, there was a lot of youth, and I think that was really something that was a propeller for, you know, where we're at today. Right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of great talent that was unleashed there over the last 10 years. And, you know, those folks have found themselves in leadership and, you know, kind of taking the torch, you know, and passing it on for the next generation. So.
Can you believe that we used to be like the young ones in the office?
Yeah. I mean, well, the office has always been pretty young, I would say. But yes, I feel like when I got to Renovo, you know, we were in the young class. But it's still got a lot of those hallmarks, I think. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The new lenders that are here today, when they complain about something, is there anything that they say where you're like, oh my God, you have no idea how it used to be? Like, how are you complaining right now?
You know, the walking up, you know, the hill and the 5 feet of snow kind of conversation.
In a wagon with no wheels?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
I think the brown files.
Yeah.
Doing the.
It's gotta be. That's what I was thinking.
2-hole punching and putting together a file to give it to closing or underwriting. That was always, you know, it seems like, I don't even know if we have a printer anymore, but.
We do. We do.
That's something that comes to mind.
Yeah. It was like an art project every time you wanted to close a loan.
Oh, yeah.
Most memorable Renovo moment.
We've had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we have.
We've had a lot of fun. And I think that's what's, you know, kept the retention high here. And frankly, it's become, I think, really a privilege to work here, as cheesy as that might sound in some instances. But you get to do a lot of cool stuff, meet a lot of great people here. And, but day one, I think, for me was, it always sticks with me. Show up, I'm in fresh from, you know, the banking world. I've got my suit on. Made me stick out like a sore thumb, first of all, because nobody wore suits then. We were running the entire company off of a Google spreadsheet, I think. I think you were hungover from a Dave Matthews show.
Alpine. Yeah, 2015 Alpine. Or no.
It was 2015.
2015, yeah. 2015 Alpine.
It would be so cool if you had worn the T-shirt from that comp.
I know. Luckily, Daniel Rosen was a Dave Matthews fan, so I feel like I got away with being super hungover on my second
little
week.
Hall pass.
Little hall pass there.
Well, it worked out. And within the first couple hours, Daniel was like, "Get your stuff. We're going on a site visit," and the adventure started. Like literally at that point, you know, we jumped into his car. It was you and me, Rosario. Rosario had his little like Starlink or whatever at the time to be able to work. And we pulled up to a project. It was a beautiful single family. You know, you got the Hispanic music blaring, got the owner of the place, you know, directing traffic, and it felt pretty natural. It felt very natural, actually, you know, in retrospect, and just made for a great start to, you know, my career here. And I think I'd probably gone on like 3 site visits as a banker, and to go on one within the first couple hours, I was like, this is it. So we had fun that day, and haven't looked back since.
Speaking of site visits, what's your best site visit story?
I don't know if it's my best, but again, year one, knock on wood, I'm still here, that a running saw fell off of a roof and brushed my shoulder, and thankfully I'm still here, but that could have been a very close call.
Wow.
So that was, I don't know if my best or my worst, but definitely, you know, from there forward, I've been on my toes.
That's a good one. That's not what I expected to hear there.
I think I've
I
heard
had a
that
whole
story.
other idea.
That's crazy.
That's pretty good. That's going to be tough to beat.
Tell us about your team today.
There's 6 of us now. At the tip of the spear, we have Alyssa as our production assistant. She is fantastic, leading the charge, really grabbing the ball. Once we sign up a term sheet or an LOI, and reaching out to clients, doing doc collection, et cetera, and really leaving that first impression with the clients. Coming up behind her, we have Mike as our underwriter, Mike Hernandez. He's awesome. I think 3 years now in the seat. He's really able to underwrite just about anything at this point. I just need to take better notes probably for him. But he's been fantastic. And then on the closing side, we have Caitlin Sawickas. She's the OG, I think 7 years now in the game.
It's one of my first PAs I ever hired.
I think she had gotten to Renovo right before me.
Yeah. Sounds right.
She's my rock. She and I have been through it. She started on the front end as a production assistant and has done a fantastic job of really just kind of making the transition, having a great attitude and really making it her own. And then alongside her is Christine Romero. She is working alongside Caitlin and then also managing the title relationships in the day of closing activity. And then aside from that, Alex, who is my production partner, he's really the glue. Fantastic. He came over, was working with James and Igor over at ASC. And he's been a long time, friend of the family, if you will. And he's just, like I said, the glue, making sure the trains are running on time and doing some light sales stuff in between. And then most recently, we've hired Nick Yates down here with me in St. Louis. Nick has been an awesome addition just due to his network and his, general market knowledge. And he's smiling and dialing as a sales business development rep and sitting next to me. And he and I are, plotting to take over the world.
So is everybody in Chicago other than Nick?
Correct. Yeah. It's been great.
That's awesome.
And do you guys go into an office together, or do you just work from home usually?
Nick and I do, and then the rest of the team, they pick different dates to kind of come in and work together. So
it's awesome. Yeah. I was,
and they all make fun of me on Slack. I know it.
Yeah, that's actually what I was going to talk about next. So this is a perfect segue.
Sounds like it's comedy hour at my expense.
They talked to me a lot about some of your most overused phrases that you like to use, especially during pipeline meetings. Can you think of any of those off the top of your head?
Enlighten me, please.
Enlighten me, please. That's your go-to?
No. Please.
Oh, that's not, I thought that was it.
That's it.
Enlighten me, please. That would be a good one.
That would be a good one. Meat and potatoes comes up a lot, I heard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? What you working on today?
You seem like a meat and potatoes,
kind of guy.
Meat and potatoes, that's a classic for me, yes.
Yeah.
Now that you say this, Dana told me, my wife, every week I have a new cliche that she's never heard, so I guess that's my thing. I don't know if that means I'm moving into like dad joke land or whatever, but
moving into?
Yeah.
Or already there?
Setting up
been
shop
there for a few years now.
Building a hotel and it sounds like a whole street, but yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about your market a little bit. I know you do the bulk of your lending is here in Chicago, and a lot of it is in the multifamily space.
Yeah.
How's the multifamily market here in Chicagoland?
Strong. I mean, Chicago has, made the headlines for some of the best rent growth due to a constricted supply. Some of the public policy and issues around the building department have led to that constricted supply. So there's, a yin and a yang or a silver lining to that in some regard. And I think we're going to continue to see that. I mean, rent growth continues to be strong, and I think we'll continue to be that for, several years until we figure out that piece of the puzzle of just opening up the supply.
Yeah. What are some of the biggest challenges that your customers are seeing right now?
One, finding land. I mean, this is an old city, right? Yeah. So I think that's challenge number one. taxes. Unfortunately, we're burdened by a pension plan that's unforgiving and continues to be that. So until that's truly figured out, I think we're going to continue to see those challenges. Good, bad, or indifferent. I think there's some public policy and figures that are involved with that continue to constrict. We're not going to go down that path, but it is a reality. But those are, I think, the three main food groups, if you will.
That makes sense. What are the best investors that you work with? What are they doing better than everyone else?
Focus.
That's a great answer.
Plain and simple. I mean, in the 11 years that I've been at Renovo, we've preached that's the clientele that we're best suited for. And it rings daily, more and more true as you kind of work through different relationships and kind of see the outcomes of stuff over the years. So that's who we're best suited for, though.
And when you say focus, are you referring to clients that have like a very repeatable process and they work with this kind of a similar asset over and over? Is that kind of what you look at as focus?
Yes, along with, geography or submarkets within the Chicagoland area.
Sticking in markets that they know really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frankly, the worst answer I hear is I'll go over wherever I can make money.
Yeah.
And, it's funny, you wonder what those people are doing in 5 years, and it's usually not making money. But focus is what matters right now.
And why do you think Renovo is well suited for that type of borrower? Like, what is it that we do well that complements a highly focused client?
Speed, leverage, and certainty is what we deliver on, right? And for us to move fast, we need to have a borrower that has a repeatable business plan and a track record, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're able to close in 2 weeks if you're able to show us a track record, right? That matches the ask. Leverage, we're going up pretty high in the capital stack as a senior lender. And to get the maximum value and go as high as we can, we need to see that track record, right? So we're willing to take on more risk if you're willing to show us, you're focused.
I think also we have had a lot of success with borrowers that have a business plan and a repeatable process, because I think we have an opportunity to get to know them and the way that they behave in that type of deal. And I think it allows us to lean in a little bit more, would you say?
100%. As a addition to that, we're able to make introductions that make sense, being a local lender that can really be gas on the fire, because I can't go and make an introduction to an architect or a contractor if, hey, this guy's business plan is to, make money wherever it makes sense or wherever there's opportunity. It's, hey, this guy builds 3 flats in this submarket on the north side. Well, we happen to know an architect that's, best for ADUs, or a contractor that's best for doing additions of that, size and within a certain time frame. So that's where I think it gets fun, but we can also be a real, what's the word?
It's like an advisor, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you have any good stories where you made an introduction to a client that really saved them on something?
I mean, there's a lot of contractor intros that have been made, I think, that have been helpful. I would say, I don't know about saving, but my man Sam Goldberg, shout out to Sam Goldberg over at Sarnoff Tax Attorneys. There's a program, AHSAP, and he's very qualified, and really the program that he delivers on is basically 25 to 35% reduction in taxes for 7+ unit buildings in low to moderate income areas, and then it freezes for 10 years. And so, with rising costs across the board for our investors that maybe weren't plugged into that or knew about it, I mean, that was a huge, huge savings to their NOI. So that's one that really comes to mind.
That's a great one. Yeah. That's a great one.
You want to end on some fun questions?
I think we should.
Let's end on some fun questions. Yeah. Well, we talked about this very briefly earlier, but Cubs versus Cardinals. Who are you rooting for? Because you wore a Cardinals jersey to Top Gun this year.
Depends on the city. Let's just go with that. I'm a fan of fun, and I'm going to root for the home team. I'm at that point in my life.
That's fair.
It's a horrible answer. Any pets at home?
Yes, a cat.
Tell us about your cat. I think that
you know way too much about this.
I want to hear about your cat.
Abby, once again, she made the introduction, and Dana went out and picked up a cat.
Oh, you're responsible for
I made
this
a cat intro. I've made multiple cat intros at Renovo. It's like
actually, take it a step further. My cat and Caitlin, our cats are sisters.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys have. Well, so that's a real family right there.
It really is a real family. You're welcome. I'm glad that.
Where would I be without Abby?
I don't know.
What a great leading question, so she could talk about cats. That's really all she's been waiting for this whole time.
What's the cat's name again?
Ollie.
Ollie.
Yes.
That's right. Is it friendly or isn't it mean? Depends on the day.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. But she's an indoor-outdoor cat, so that's kind of cool.
Okay. Probably better now that you're in St. Louis.
Does she ever bring you her kills from outside?
Yes. She's brought him home to share. Yeah.
Good girl, Ollie. Are you reading or watching anything on TV right now that you're super into?
Of course, I don't remember the name of it. Charlie Munger's book.
I was going to say Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
For some reason.
That, and then I just finished up Rich Paul, the super agent and LeBron's agent, his memoir, which was really interesting. It's quick. Most of what I do, though, is just the book on tape while I'm on the bike in the morning. So, yeah.
Peloton? Peloton?
Yes.
Okay.
You didn't get rid of it like in 2021 after the surge in Pelotons. What is your morning routine like? So you get on a bike, obviously, but what else do you do?
I'm usually up between 5:30 and 6.
And so those dad jokes come from. Yeah,
that's right.
They come early in the morning.
Yes. I try to play basketball once a week in the morning.
Still hooping.
Yes. Shout out to my boys at MAC, Missouri Athletic Club. We just traveled out to Seattle, and I was humbled. And we played in an old man tournament, so that was cool.
That's awesome.
But back to my routine, try to get a workout in, and then pretty much just off to the races, honestly. Who knows what the morning brings with a 3 and a 5-year-old? So
no kidding.
There can be it can be easy or it can be a little crazy, but definitely try to get some emails and things rolling early. Try to get the team, have a good sense of where they need to be and where I need them, and then into the office. I'm usually there 4 to 5 days a week with Nick. But that's it, yeah.
How much sleep are you getting at night?
Go to bed a lot earlier than when I started at Renovo.
You get a full 8 hours yet?
I'm like a 9:30, 10 guy. Yeah.
For you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Do you watch TV before bed, or is it just lights out right after?
I try, but I don't make it very far.
Those eyelids start getting heavy pretty quick, huh?
Yeah, it's over.
I asked Workman this same question, but who would win in a foot race, you or Eric Workman?
I told him about this.
You did?
For the record. Yeah, I didn't know you were going to ask it again.
Why wouldn't I ask him?
I don't know. I
Give him
didn't
a
think
chance.
about it.
No.
I mean, there's a natural rivalry between Eric and I a little bit, friendly rivalry, so I'm going to say myself, of course.
Do you really think that you would beat him in a foot race, though?
Well, he's practicing on that bike every morning.
I mean,
he thought you would beat him, so...
He did.
I mean, that's got to be a confidence booster for you.
Go with that. Keep it rolling. Or we could stage a race.
We should do that.
Ooh, tonight.
Tonight. Is he going to be here tonight? Isn't it his birthday? Tomorrow. Tomorrow's his birthday. Never mind. I was going to say happy birthday.
I'd love nothing more to beat him than on his birthday.
On a full stomach of Portofino's later tonight, you guys can race across the bridge. Sorry, I was just picturing it
That would be something.
Well,
Maybe I will go
for the
now.
record, I told him that I told Eric, the person that would win between the two of you in a foot race would be whoever didn't snap their Achilles in like the first 10 yards.
We're getting to that point where that's a real concern.
It's amazing.
So you got to warm up slowly. You can't just go anymore. You got to give
You're
it a
not
little
wrong.
runway.
You're not
or
wrong.
ramp.
St. Louis, back to St. Louis talk for 1 second. I learned, because I didn't know anything about St. Louis, I've never been there, but I needed to prep, is the home of Budweiser. So have you ever visited and pet any Clydesdales?
That's such an Abbey question. That's great though.
We were actually just talking about this, my wife and I, that we need to go to the brewery and do the tour, which we have not. But they have their old family farm called Grant's Farm, which is super cool, and that's where the Clydesdales are. And we took the kids there in the fall. It's amazing.
Big horses, huh?
Chicago dog or Italian beef?
Chicago dog all day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What about Chicago style or tavern style pizza?
Tavern.
How about,
Two for two on tavern.
Yeah,
so far.
tavern. It is better, I think.
I don't disagree.
Favorite ice cream?
Cookie dough followed by mint.
So you don't mind the chocolate chips that are in the...
No.
Do you like that? I don't like biting on a chocolate chip.
You mean because they're like hard?
Yeah, the ice cream makes the chocolate chips too hard, and it just is not a good, I don't know, texture for me.
I hear you. Cookie doughs. I mean,
Cookie dough is phenomenal.
kind of impossible to beat.
If you can take the chocolate chips out, I would
Yeah.
eat it even more.
I'll talk to somebody.
Talk to somebody. So then sweet or salty?
Salty.
Salty's better.
So if you go to the movies, and I know people don't go to the movies as much anymore, but if you go to a movie theater, what snack are you ordering? Popcorn, candy,
That's a good question.
right?
I always say I'm not going to get the popcorn, and then I'm eating like half
So
of
expensive too now.
Dana's. So
Dana's a popcorn person,
oh yeah.
big time.
And then she does. She actually takes it a step further and mixes jalapenos in there,
Ooh, that's
which
a good
is
move.
Whoa.
pro move.
I like that.
Just
Yes.
blew my
That's actually a
mind.
really good idea.
Like from the nachos
Yes.
thing?
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yes.
I'm going to
So,
steal that.
She turned me onto that, and I haven't looked back since.
Well, it feels like that's the perfect place to end it. Brandon, it was awesome having you, man. Thanks for coming and sharing a little bit of your story and humoring us.
Yeah.
I had a great time. Abby, did you have a
Thank
good time?
you. This
I
has
had a
been
great
fun.
time.
Good. Well, it was awesome. Thank you very much. And with that, we will see you guys next time.